Okay, hello YouTube. First of all, safety check. Both firearms you see here are unloaded, empty mag, nothing in the chamber. That's the Glock 34. There's the Ruger SR9. So everything is safe, and we're ready to talk about holsters. Today, I've got 3 holsters here. 2 of them are for the Glock 34. One holster is for the Ruger SR9, and I think we'll just start with that one. This is the Blackhawk Serpa. It comes with the paddle here, so you can either have the paddle or the belt attachment for it. Either way. This holster right here is the one that's a little controversial. If you shoot IDPA or any of the competitive shooting sports, or even just at the range, if they allow you to use a holster, there's a lot of people that are really kind of leery of these because of some accidental discharges. Couple of one in particular that's pretty notorious, that's on YouTube. It was done using this holster. Not really the holster's fault. It's more or less the holster user's fault. But we'll talk about how that works. This is a retention holster. It's a level 2 retention holster. To remove the firearm, first you've got to press this little button right here. The neat little thing about this is there's a groove for your finger to slide right down in it. And this is the way that you would normally unholster the firearm. Firearm sits in there. You just go in with the groove. Your finger comes straight out, and it's pointed on the frame just like it should be. You can present the firearm. You're ready to shoot. The problem that arises from this, and it was a problem on the accidental discharge or the negligent discharge, was that the person was using this holster, but he had been practicing with a different holster and a different gun. And the previous holster had been a thumb retention holster, which you would disengage the hood over the thumb retention holster here, pull it out, and you're good to go. He switched to a 1911, which has a thumb type safety, as does the Ruger here, but the Ruger's got a different safety on the trigger. So when he came to grip his gun, he knocked the safety off for starters, went to pull it out. Can't pull it out unless you push the button. He was used to the other holster, pushed the button in, came out, drug his finger in, discharged the weapon, shot himself in the leg, went in the top part of his thigh, down out by just above the knee. And so that was a negligent discharge. I have to give him props. He took it like a man, but that's the downside of this holster. I personally like the holster. If you practice with it, start off practicing with an unloaded weapon, practice drawing out of the holster, and it does a really good job of retention, which is what it's supposed to do. It does a really good job of holding onto your firearm, which it's supposed to do. Used properly, it's very easy to get out, easy to get back in. Now, a couple of the downsides of this particular holster. This is a little rocker switch, and there's been some reviews on YouTube where if you've been shooting laying in the gravel, whatever, things will get bound up, rocks, debris bound up underneath here, and get this stuck, and then you can't get the holster out. You basically have the gun out of the holster. You basically have to cut it out of the holster. That's, bad thing, but in general, I like the holster. The big advantage to this holster, especially for the SR9, this is one of the only holsters that's readily available. It's the only holster that I've seen in the Houston area. Kydex holster particularly, that was in stock at the normal sporting goods stores that carry holsters. They carry exclusively this. Bass Pro Shop carries a lot of these. Academy carries a lot of this holster. For a Kydex holster, this is pretty much the one you get. But that is the Blackhawk Serpa, and I think we pretty much beat that dead horse. So that was the only one I had for the Ruger, but we'll move on to the Glock 35, and this is the Fobus Elite Conceal holster. It's the GLE2E2. It's a paddle type holster with retention adjustment, and this is how it comes in the box. There's the back of it. That's the paddle device, and so we're going to go ahead and open it up and take a look at it, and look at it for the Glock 34. Like I said, as this is a retention holster, the retention adjustment is right here on this screw. You just tighten it or loosen it. The gun goes in. It's just a matter of like a clamp or a vise type holding the gun. For the 34, it is a long barrel, and with this particular holster, it does stick out pretty good bit down there. So that's kind of, maybe you like that, maybe you don't like that, but that's one downside on this holster. The holster is pretty inexpensive. I think I paid $19.99 for that. I think I got it on sale. It was about $5 off, and it was fit the bill for the day I bought it, while I was waiting on the next holster, my Safariland, to come in. The downsides to this holster is the paddle is pretty flimsy. In a situation where you really were trying to retain your firearm, I think it would be very easy for this to break off, and that's not going to do anybody any good. Now you've got the bad guys with your gun. So that's the downside of this. Another downside of this is there is no adjustment to the cant. It is what you see. And then the third thing is this can't be removed and put a belt type attachment on there. This is all you get for that holster. Getting back to the Blackhawk Serpa again, the one nice thing about this is it is adjustable. You can adjust it to an FBI cant. You can can it forward, you can can it backward, you can get it straight up. So this is adjustable whether you use the paddle or the belt, either one. It's adjustable. Now we come into the Safariland. The Safariland, if you shoot a lot of IDPA, you'll see this holster a lot. And for the Glock, it's a pretty good little holster. This is the way it comes in the box. Don't really know why we need that. Comes with instructions and a tool, and it comes with the belt attachment as opposed to the paddle if you don't want the paddle. The paddle on this is substantially better made and better secured, and I think this is overall a better, it's a thicker Kydex. It's got a smooth lining on the inside of it. Holds the firearm very well. The one thing it does do is it goes all the way down and covers the muzzle, or at least the majority of the barrel, all the barrel. I mean, you still see the muzzle out the end, but it does cover the entire firearm, which is a good thing. This is a retention holster as well. It adjusts with the screw right here. Comes with pretty extensive owner's manual. This is the only one that came with an owner's manual, and yeah, anything you want to know, but we're afraid to ask about the Safariland, and I believe this is the 5188 for the Glock. But it comes here, comes with a little Allen wrench hex tool. It also, you can change, by changing these screws out here, you can take the paddle off if you don't want to wear it on a paddle, if you just want to wear it with a belt, which is really the way I prefer to use it. These guys come out, and you can adjust the cant on this as well. It's got 3-place adjustment here, 3-place adjustment there, and then even I believe you can adjust this for your belt size, depending on which way you want to go with it. And that's pretty much the Safariland concealment holster. Out of the 3, I like this one. Couldn't get it for the Ruger, but this is the gun that I'm shooting IDPA with. So for the Glock, Safariland works good, lasts a long time, well made. It's a good deal, good buy. I think I paid $30 for this on Amazon, and then plus shipping. So I recommend this one. I do like this for my Ruger. It's a nice compact holster, works really good. As long as you know the drawbacks, as long as you practice with it, as long as you know the good points, the bad points there. Fobus, yeah, anybody want to buy a Fobus, it's for sale. Anyway, thanks for viewing. As always, if you like it, click it. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting up a lot more videos out here. I'm going to do actually probably an individual comparison or individual video on each one of these holsters, and also on the 2 firearms here, plus some of my other ones. So you can look forward to those. Stand up for your Second Amendment rights, and be safe, and catch you next time.